In the bowels of Consol Energy Center here on Saturday is the SummerSlam Heatwave Tour live event. If you've never seen WWE Live, do it. You can see a lot of great action, including the talk of the summer. This is the summer of Kevin Owens. Kevin, thank you for taking time.
Thanks for coming. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I'm going to start off this kind of a softball question, but I think I just have to ask it. You've worked so hard to get here. We all know that story. The reality is here. What's it been like?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a blast so far, but today's actually pretty special because I was just sitting, in the empty arena earlier, and I was sitting in the exact seats where I was sitting at the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah.
And, like Seth Rollins had gotten me those tickets. And I remember sitting there, and I was with Adam Cole from Ring of Honor. You guys probably know him. And, I was, looking around at the crowd, and just the whole night I was thinking, I have to get here, And I knew at that point that my tryout was coming up, and I kept thinking, I have to nail this, and I have to make it happen. And tonight I'm in the main event against John Cena in the same building, so doesn't get much better than that.
If you have an answer for this, you worked so hard, you wanted to be here. That story shows it. Is there anything now that you're here that's different or not what you expected in any capacity in front of the screen, behind the screen?
Honestly, it's hard to tell because I don't know what I expected. You know what I mean? Like I knew it would probably be unlike anything I had experienced, and I can't say for sure that is the case. The thing that I will say is that I spent 6 months in NXT, but those months were crucial in preparing me for this because Triple H has worked so hard to make NXT not only something incredible and something that stands on its own brand and everything, but he worked really hard to make sure that NXT is exactly what this is, only a bit smaller. So even the ramp, and I remember talking about this with him, the angle of the ramp at Full Sail University is the exact same angle of the ramp on Raw. You know what I mean? Just little so that things. Yeah, little things just to keep us prepared and make sure that once we hit this stage, we're ready for it. So it's been very helpful.
Speaking of NXT, obviously I would imagine you want your legacy when it's all said and done, decades down, that you main evented great WrestleManias as every superstar wants. But on a legacy in terms of NXT. Do you think you're going to go down because you really have been a key point? It was only 6 months, but you really were a key point in this surge NXT's had. The takeover specials. You just came to Pittsburgh for a live event.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to have a long-lasting legacy of you were one of the guys that really helped push NXT through?
I mean, I think so, and the WWE Network is going to be crucial in that because a lot of people in NXT, myself included, like to think that NXT is kind of the cornerstone of the network because. NXT was the first live special on the network, and the network is the one place. Yes, NXT airs in some international markets, but the network's the one place you can catch NXT anywhere, and that's where most people watch it. And I think that like you said, I was only there for 6 months, but I think I made my mark. And I used to say when I first started in NXT that however long I do spend in NXT, I want to make it memorable, and I think I have. So I think I'll be remembered as one of the reasons why NXT got so special, and I think it's just going to keep growing whether I'm there or not, which is really good because there's a lot of good guys and girls there, and they're all hungry and they're all ready to show the world what they got. So it's going to keep getting better.
Last question for you. I want to see if you agree with this. I think one of the things that makes your character so unique and stand out. You have this antagonist heel character, but you are so open about your family and how much your wife and your kids mean to you, and that's so heel characteristic. It's usually a heel is from parts unknown and nothing about them, and it's they're kind of they're not. You have a very human aspect to you. Is that on purpose? Do you think that plays into what makes you such a good heel? Because wow, this guy will do anything because he's trying to support his family. He doesn't care. He's going to do anything in the ring.
Well, I think part of my appeal is I don't think in those terms, heel or babyface or cheers or boos. I just, and this goes back to my days on the independents. I am who I am, and people can like me or hate me, and that's fine. I look to elicit a response and an emotion in people. My family is a huge part of who I am. I remember when I first got to NXT, Dusty Rhodes sat me down in a room, and I didn't know Dusty at that time. We had spoken once or twice. I was brand new, a week in. And he sat me in a room, turned on a camera, and said, all right, let's talk. And we just started talking. He was just saying, who are you? And the first thing I started doing was talk about my family. So when it was done, he shut the camera off, and he sent that video to Triple H and a bunch of other people because all they wanted was to get to know me a little. Right. And Dusty would later tell me that video and me talking about my family made them realize that there was no other way to go with me. They had to let me be me, because even if I try to be something I'm not, it wouldn't work because it shines through too much, which I took as a huge compliment, because my family is obviously my life. So I don't know, I am who I am on screen, off screen, and some people find that abrasive, other people like it. I'm just happy they're reacting.
I was about to say, any which way they're entertained, as your matches are showing. Well, Kevin, thank you very much again. If you haven't seen Kevin Owens in Pittsburgh, if you haven't seen him on Raw, get to whatever event in your town. But it is certainly a lot to be anticipated. He's fighting John Cena tonight in a Pittsburgh street fight, and then of course you have Battleground coming up as you're going for the U.S. title. Kevin, thank you very much, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.